So today I just wanted to try and take a quick look at April Fool's Day, the 2008 direct-to-video supposed remake of the film. This was directed by the Butcher brothers, otherwise known as Mitchell Altery and Phil Flores, and honestly, the movie just really sucked. It's definitely not worth the watch at all. It's basically just another prank gone wrong and somebody accidentally killed type film. So we basically have the story coming in on the night of someone's debut, and a girl is roofied, accidentally falls over a balcony and dies. So we skip to 1 year later, and this group of friends is being threatened and they're gradually being killed off. And of course, if you're familiar with the prank genre type film, you are already aware not everything is as it seems, and we do get the twist at the end. And in this situation, even though it's a double twist, it's a very predictable film. It's very boring. 7 minutes into the film, they had not even managed to capture my attention yet, and I believe it was 40 minutes in that we see our first murder. And even by that point, I was more like, who cares? And it really is kind of a slow-paced film. You pretty much just have 2 deaths throughout the film, and they're really not even worth waiting around for. So I guess one of the things I found semi-interesting is the murder victim, Milan Hastings. On her tombstone, it reads birth year 1986. This is the exact same year that the original April Fool's Day film was released. So they do try to make some small references here and there to the original film. And even though it was originally meant to be an actual remake, I guess the filmmakers decided to just freshen it up a bit, give it a new twist, and modernize the story a bit. And honestly, I think they would have just been better off leaving it an old school slasher, even if to some degree, if they found a way to just kind of work in dialogue from the original film. I think that would have been just kind of like a little nice touch rather than just this very boring, uninteresting film. The characters are just very one-dimensional. They're really not very developed. The dialogue is very uninteresting. It has, I guess you could say, normal speech pattern flow as far as how people would talk, but it's just their subject matter is just very blah. You have decent acting, you have good lighting, but it's just really not enough to carry the film or hold my interest. And unfortunately, this does happen to be one of the early films of Scout Compton. You may be more familiar with her from the Halloween film directed by Rob Zombie, but I don't know, it's just, this film is just really bad all around. There really is not too much likable about it at all, and as I've said, it's extremely predictable, it's very boring, in my opinion, just badly presented in general. For the most part, I would say this is just more of a standalone or a spin-off type film. It really has nothing to do with the original April Fool's Day. It's understood that it's a remake, but it's basically an entirely different film, and if you're a fan of the original film, keep watching that one and don't waste your time with this one. As I've said, I really don't have anything nice to say about this one. Granted, the fact that the director or the directing team, they are known as the Butcher brothers, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. If you're familiar with the name Butcher brothers, they also directed, I believe it was one of the After Dark Horror Fest films, The Hamiltons, but unfortunately, the only thing they succeeded in was just butchering the hell out of this film. And honestly, it would have been nice if there was just more of a gore fest here, but unfortunately the film is what it is, and that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I will talk to you later.